have all gathered here for design thinking based discussion on how to use nano sensors in biomedical application. So the traditional method of disease detection does not provide us accurate results. So for example, making use of blood markers does not provide us the proper result if the disease is present in low concentration. So to avoid this, we are going to make use of nano sensors for early detection of disease with good accuracy. So we are going to apply design thinking concept in this discussion. And we know that design thinking is a way of problem solving by considering the each and every needs of a human. It is a human centric approach which contains 5 stages. Stage 1 is empathy, define, ideate, prototype and testing. So apply these stages and get me a good solution. I'll give you 5 to 10 minutes. Discuss among yourself. Completed the discussion, you can start providing the solution. So stage 1 is empathy.
One.
So let me start with the empathize part, the first staging design thinking approach. So empathize is we have to understand what the user needs or what are the problems they have. On today's base topic on nano sensor using in healthcare. So there are two empathize. There are two. What I am doing, the two persons are involved. One is doctor and another one is patient. So the doctor
Also, you can include the laboratory technicians.
We can also include laboratory technicians because they are the ones who running their tests.
Yes.
So at the test stage, at the early stage of diseases, the doctors will not know about the knowledge because the dilution solution will be very low. It's a very mild, but the patient will have a feeling I have something. They would check for master checkup. The doctors will not find anything. But at later stage, it may lead to a severe stage. They may cost their life. So to decrease that, we are using nano sensors. Nano sensors have high concentration level, so it senses accurately, and it's decreasing the percentage of current tradition method, more than 50%. So it's very reliable to use it.
So next is define stage.
So the next part of the design thinking curriculum is define part. So define is nothing but we have to understand what the people are actually feeling. We have to get the information through information or through interviews or one-to-one person talks. So we can actually get the data from them. So just like Karthik said, we can take the interviews from doctors or patients or from the lab technicians. So they will be giving some problems that they are facing so that we can provide them with a good solution. So that part is called as define. So for a simple example, we can take like for glucose testing. For sugar testing, people will be using like the pricking method. So through pricking, they'll take the blood and they'll check the glucose measure level. So there are so many people from the interviews, there are so many people who are hesitating just because they have to prick. So since it will be very hurtful, they are not taking the test and hence they are prone to a higher level of diabetes. So for example, in a defined part, if we are finding a solution, we can use a sweat sensor so that through the sweat they can easily measure the level. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. So like that, here nano sensors plays a very important role. So this will be the ideal part, that is taking the information from the people and giving the better solution so that they will get benefited out of it.
So the next is ideate part.
So the next stage of design thinking curriculum is ideate. So as we Karthi said about the nano sensors, rather than traditional sensors occupies more space in wearables as well as in other health detecting components. When we implement nano sensors in our health devices means it occupies less place as well as it gives what is the ideate part means we can implement nano sensors in our wearable devices. So instead we can analyze the patient's health such as hemoglobin level as well as glucose level as well as oxygen level and sugar level. So instead we integrating the sweat sensor with the wearable sensor means it can easily analyze the patient's sugar level continuously and monitors and also sends messages to doctors. The next stage of ideate means we can implement AI. So it can continuously monitors the patient's record over a short period of time and then it can suggest a good diagnosis method for the patient and doctors also can easily understand the patient's health condition over the period of time.
So I'm going to start about the prototypes. Prototypes first. For what we using prototypes? We going to test what, how it is working, and it will work good or it outcomes will it is good or bad. So in medical field, we using the prototype for the blood test. For example, we taking the samples from patients blood test and we can see only not the blood levels, we can also see the glucose level, how the sugar level is maintained or high, and how it is any patient have causes in any blood diseases. And we also see in blood we can also see the TB, how the TBs are coming in first stage or it is or long after 2 or 4 stages, and we also see the cancers in the blood. So this is the test we are taken in the prototype and it is used in the like nano sensors in the medical field.
So let us discuss about the testing type. First of all, we collect the prototype and implement it in the lab technicians and hospitals medical applications. It is very useful to detect the earlier diseases. It is mainly used to detect the cancer because many of the people are many of the people can predict the cancer in the last stage of the cancer. Then we collect the real-time users and we test the A or B type falling detection, positive or negative of the blood samples for the diabetic patients user in the treatment.
So thus, as per our discussion, by making use of nano sensors in biomedical healthcare applications to detect the diseases early gives us the accurate results. So as we have discussed about the sweat sensor, breath analyzer and cancer detection,